Hey everybody, sorry I'm late. Just came from Newlands right now for the 4-day game and to rush to come through because we had to do some interviews after the game. As you guys know, I'm working with Western Province now, so there were a couple of media things that I needed to do for Western Province. We saw Valentine Katime score his maiden ton, so we needed to just get a few words from him for the social media platforms. So that's why I'm running late today. Sorry that I've taken my time to get here, but it was a long session afterwards that we needed to get through. But overall, fantastic performance by the Proteas today. A fight back, I think, from particular players. There were certain players that really performed well and that need the recognition that we're going to discuss on today's show. We're going to go through everything that happened in the game today, because South Africa, I think they did really well to fight back on day 2 of this test match. So let's get straight into it and let's discuss it, because it's very important that we get straight into the information, and then I don't like keep you guys too far from all of this. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel, of course. Subscribe if you're new, click that notification bell for all future videos, please. And it's important so that you know when we go live, because if I am late like this, at least you guys will get a notification when I do go live if I am running a bit late. And I had no way to communicate with you guys to tell you that I'm on my way from Newlands. So it did take me a while to get here, but I'm here now with you guys to summarize everything that took place and let you guys know what happened. So let's get straight into it. Let's discuss what happened in today's play. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine, and this is your review show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we discuss everything that took place on day 2 of the second test between Pakistan and South Africa. I just want to check if everything's good this side. All my audio is fine. Yep, everything's good. Yeah, so what took place? I am extremely happy. And once again, Coach Shukri proved that if you back players and you give them opportunities and chances, that they will perform. If that is the case, if they get given an opportunity to through the difficult times, they can come good. And I'm talking about a particular player that was getting a lot of criticism heading into this match. Some people even said that he should have been dropped for this match, and he put on a performance. But let's get into what happened. First and foremost, the match situation. Now, yesterday, Pakistan ended the day on 259 for 5, and it was something that South Africa was sitting there. We were thinking as a fan base, oh, we need to take these players out as quickly as possible. We need to get these batters out as quickly as possible. Let's restrict them to under 350, and we did that. We managed to do so. We managed to restrict them to under 350. And from 259 for 5, Maharaj went on to take his 12th fifer, and we bowled him out for 333. He was integral to this, to Pakistan's collapse actually at the end of the day, because he took out Saud Shakil, he took out Aha, he took out Shaheen Shah Afridi, and he took out Sajid Khan, and he took out Shan Masood. So he was very, very, very good today, Keshav Maharaj, to wrap things up and bowl Pakistan out for 333. And then we went out to bat. And unfortunately, Aiden Markram once again getting a good start, but then losing his wicket. It was terrible to see that, but he went out for 32. Ryan Rickerton lost his wicket as well very early. And then the recovery came from Tristan Stubbs and Tony DeZorzi. Now, Tony's been batting extremely well, particularly in these conditions. He was looking really, really good. Batting, he got 55 of 93 balls, 59 strike rate. Really, he was really positive. When it comes to running between the wickets, he was really good. to bring those runs to the board. And him and Tristan Stubbs put over 100-run partnership together, and they were brilliant. Really, really, really good today. After 54 for 2, they took the team to 167 before Tony Luzozi lost his wicket. And it was a little bit unfortunate because the umpire said not out. And Pakistan obviously reviewed, and then it was overturned, and he was out LBW. Even though the ball was pitching outside, it wasn't impact outside. It was impact in line, and it was hitting the stump. So he was out on 55. But Tristan Stubbs, guys, congratulations, Tristan Stubbs. A lot of pressure was on him in this game. Many people were talking about whether or not he should be selected for this particular match. And he ended up being the guy that really took South Africa forward. He stuck in. He's still there out in the middle. And now he just needs someone to stick with him. Hopefully, Calvarena can do it, because Deva Brevis, unfortunately, after scoring a half-century, second half-century in Test cricket, he got another duck. So it's a pair for him in this particular series so far. He got a run in the first innings of the first Test, and now another duck in this first innings. So hopefully his second innings can be a lot better, and he'll be able to right the wrongs. I'm a bit worried about Deva because I feel that he was maybe a little bit too tentative with his approach. I think he needs to come out and be his positive self against spin. I think he should go out and attack these spinners, and not attack recklessly, but attack the spinners, play some positive shots. And I think he'll do a lot better in these conditions if he takes that approach than the approach that he's currently doing, because I feel he's trying to be a little bit defensive and trying to play a lot slower and maybe see out the deliveries and stuff and get his eye in. But I feel that he's good enough against spin to be able to take the attack to Pakistan from the get-go, and I'm hoping that he can do that in the second innings if we get an opportunity to obviously bat again. But now it's up to Tristan Stubbs and Calvarena to take South Africa as close to that total as possible. We are a little bit in trouble because the next few batters are Senaran, Marco, and Simon Harmer. And I think that we need contributions from them, but big scores from Calvarena and Tristan Stubbs. Tristan Stubbs has to now go out there and score a big one. That should be his mentality. That should be the aim. South Africa ended the day on 185 for 4. So we are now 148 runs behind. We need to at least get to 3 to the total. At least, minimum, that should happen. Should get to the total and let Pakistan go back again and try to skittle them out for a low total so that we can chase. If we can get past it to 350, 360, I think that would be good enough for us to put ourselves in pole position to actually win this match. So, yeah, overall, I think it was a good fight back from South Africa. I would have liked to see a little bit more from our openers and a little bit more from some of the other batters like Deva Brevis. But I'm very happy for Tristan Stubbs. With all the criticism that he was getting, etc., to be able to put South Africa in this position, to get himself another half-century in Test cricket. Well done to Tristan Stubbs. So that's the summary for day 2. These summaries are very short, guys, so it's not like a lot of things that we're going to cover in this when it comes to the game. That's the summary. It is short and sweet. So let's get into the live chat. Craig says, go Stubbo. That's why the coaches backed you. And I like to see that. I like to see when players get backed by coaches and then they reward the coaches by performing well. That is something that I really enjoyed and I like to see. So well done to Tristan Stubbs, because he was under a hell of a lot of pressure going into this particular match. And he came out and he performed. And I'm really ecstatic for him and really happy for him that he performed the way he did. So well done to Tristan Stubbs in this particular match. Duck says Stubbs shows his quality of his skill and experience of league IPL stuff in subcontinent. He is a very important player in all formats, so hopes that Proteas win this match in India pitches can. Greeny. Sam says backing gets best out of players. One thing to do, remember back players. If you know he is classy and special player, then back him, just like Shook says back Stubbs and Tony. Khalid, I don't think like Shook's not believing in Night Watchman. Could have easily sent Mutasami ahead of Brevis, knowing that Brevis can come fresh tomorrow and smash. Yeah, that is just the way I don't think no one will ever be able to change his mind on that day. Coach Ukri. No one will be able to change his mind on Night Watchman and using Night Watchman. I think that's something that he feels very strongly about. And I don't think that he will change his mind on that one. Last 2 wickets spoil our day overall. Just brilliant day for SA today. Tomorrow needs 70, 80 kind of knock from Verena. He really needs to step up. Khalid is sleeping, I guess. No, I'm not. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry that I was late, but I explained to you why. I was at Newlands and I was coming back from that. Craig says he deserves it. No, no, I wouldn't just leave you guys. If the video is there scheduled, I'll come and I'll just come a little bit later. So I'm sorry. Sarpa says makes you question, was Coach Shukri was right in his decision to send Mulder at 3. Stubbs' style is made for number 3. And I hope that he keeps him at number 3 now. That should be the thing. That should be the mentality. You should keep Stubbo at 3 now. I think that's the perfect position for him. I don't want to see them change things around.
You guys didn't tell me that it's grainy. I'm using the wrong camera. Wow. It's grainy because I was using the wrong camera. I didn't. Oops. Yeah, flip. Sorry, guys. I was using the wrong camera. That's why it was grainy. Oops. Let's continue. Wow, that was a big mistake. Sarfa says, I was initially skeptical about how Stubbs was going to perform at his original position, given he was so low in confidence. But I'm sticking out at the crease. Was really worked. Cameron says, I think we can't get carried away with 1 or 2 good knocks. That's how you end up with players like Markram who perform once in a blue moon. Sarfa says, what's your thoughts on Deval Khalid after some testing innings? I think we need to give him time to settle in and get used to things in Test cricket. It's going to happen like this. He's going to struggle a bit, and we need to back him. Craig says, if that blue moon wins us an ICC trophy, he is welcome in my team any day. Sarfa says, Devat needs to understand he can't play his free-flowing attacking game all the time, especially in Test arena. But that's not what he's doing, though. I think that's what's getting him out. It's because he is holding himself a little bit back. I think he needs to go out there and just play with confidence and play what he sees. He naturally has an amazing talent and ability to be able to play shots in situations that maybe other batters can't execute. So I think he needs to back his game rather than trying to play a game that is not his. This Tristan and Kyle partnership must take us over 280. We can't afford a lead of 50 plus. We will lose if that happens. Brevis got a good ball, says Dex. I think it was a poor shot to play, though. Craig says we went out defending though. He went out defending though, so maybe he didn't attack enough. I think he needs to attack more. I think he needs to play a more natural game. Ani says, I said at Khalid. Stubbs. Sarfa says, I have been the biggest critic of Tony and I was the one calling for the exclusion from this test team. I'm now realizing that he is made for subcontinent. He does well against low bouncing balls. And what's going to happen when Temba Bavuma comes back? That's the big question. And then that's what Dex is asking. Who does Bavuma replace in this lineup? That's the big question. That's going to be the tough one, the tough decision to make. Who? Pride says, I think they should have sent Armour. Dex says, why should we decide to go better less for this match? Pride, I don't know why he decided to do that. I think it was mainly because of the extra spinner he wanted. Pride says, I think Armour was the better option with 7 overs left. We all know what Brevis is not one to defend. Dark says 2 wickets that fallen were bad shots. Aiden and Brevis are those. Dark says Stubbs 3 is best at Test whenever he played in that batting position. Yeah, he's performed. Avi says, off topic, I love the like button animation for the video. Thank you. Dark shares, Khalid, what do you think that from this inning Stubbs has cemented again in Test? I don't think his place was actually in jeopardy from a coach's perspective. I think Coach Shukri always backed him. And I think that Coach Shukri always felt that he would be able to be the guy that is his, that gets a mainstay in the team. So I think the doubt was coming into play from from a fan's perspective rather than from a coach's perspective. I feel that Coach Shukri is the type of coach that is willing to back players through difficult times. And because cricket is a type of sport where you fail more than you succeed, I can see that working in the long term, backing players when they are in their most difficult times. Obviously, Stubbs should be a permanent number three in Test. And I agree. I think number three is the perfect position for him. I don't think he should be moved down the order. I think that you can then in the future maybe bat Bavuma at four. And I think that if they decide to bring Bavuma back into the mix, I think it's Deva Brevis that misses out, to be honest with you. That's what I think would be happening. Brevis, I'm I'm hoping that he comes good in the second innings when we get to bat again. I really, really do. Because I really like Brevis and I like what he offers and I like his talent and I think he has a lot of potential. And we need to back him as well and give him as many opportunities as possible to get familiar with Test cricket. Dakshis Tembe in the SIA squad for tour of India. Good news. That is good news. It's good that they are seeing SIA as an opportunity for players to also come good. So once they're coming back from injury, it's so nice that we have these tours to let them play, so that they can get used to used to cricket again, the longer format again, before they come back into the national side again. So it's nice that we have that position that we find ourselves in when it comes to that. I think that's brilliant from that perspective. Guys, please subscribe to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and click that notification bell for all future videos. I wonder what happens. How similar we will go for India. Are we going to get the same spinner friendly wickets, or are India going to realize that maybe they should create maybe wickets that are a little bit more balanced, because they have some good seamers in their side as well, you know? Obviously, a bit surprised that Sen bowled so few overs. It's because they didn't want to left arm spinners from both ends, probably. Sarfaz says India A team for the first 4-day game may be less hard for SAA team, but the rare test will be second 4-day match. Craig says, I think the Indian pitches will be more similar to this one. And I hope that it is similar. I mean, it probably will be similar to this one, but you know that India might come up with a different strategy for this, because maybe they'll be expecting that. But there are certain grounds in India that do favor space bowlers, you know. So it will be interesting to see how things work out and how things go. I wish it was when we play India. I wish it was a 3-match test series. You know, I wish we played 3 tests. That would be nice. Different conditions in India would be nice. Obviously, it's Kolkata tradition favors pace bowlers. There we go. That's some hint at that as well. So yeah. But overall, I think the fight back is there. I think it was good to see us fight back and still play and believe that we can. You know, I think this team believes that they can do anything. I think that's the key, and I like that about it. Ani says, Khalid, what happened to Lavandre Pretorius after that Sim 150? Why not him in the 11 or at least squad while Hamza being there? Please tell me. Khalid, I don't know what the reason is. I really don't. Maybe they feel that Luandre can get more out of playing domestic cricket and get more out of playing SAA games right now than just sitting in the squad and not being selected, because Zubair hasn't gotten a game. Safas, nah, Khalid, you are wrong. India will definitely go for one flat pitch. Yeah, I'm not saying that that's what I believe. That I believe that India will go for spinning wickets. That's what I believe. But I do also. It would be. I'm just saying it would be interesting to see if they can give us a little bit of variety of pitches and not just stick to the spin friendly subcontinent roads gravel roads that they created, with the balls turning square from the 5th over, 3rd over already. I hope that they they produce pitches that can make this a more entertaining and exciting test matches. But knowing India, they probably will go with what favors their batters. Safa says at Guwahati, it favors the batters. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's my summary for day 2 of the second test. And yeah, good fight back from South Africa. And I'm excited to see what happens on day 3. Hopefully, South Africa can get past that 330 mark. I want them to get 350, 360, even more than that. If they can get to 380, 400, that would be even better, obviously. But it would be great to see that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to Tristan Stubbs and Calvarena now. Hopefully, Calvarena wakes up well, has a good sleep, and wakes up refreshed and focused to go score a big one. Because we're going to need those two players to score some big runs for us so that we can pull ourselves back into this match, to the driving seat going into the second innings of Pakistan. Hopefully, we can manage to do that. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Click that notification bell for all future videos, please. Very important that you guys do so. Click the notification bell, do all of those things. We are going to be uploading some interviews as well. My videographer is working on the interviews that I did before this match with Quentin Friend and Marcus Ackerman. So I'm awaiting him to be done with that, and then I can upload them and put them out. So I hope you guys will support those interviews and like them and share them far and wide, because there's some amazing information that was given to me by both the coach, the captain of the Dolphins, as well as the head coach. Some gems in that interviews, and the interviews are evergreen. So they're not I didn't ask them about this match that they're currently playing. I asked them questions about cricket in general and things in general in their career, so that you guys can get something out of these interviews even down the line. So please support my exclusives as well, please. It really means a lot to me if you do. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay safe, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And peace out. I'll see you again for the next review show.